What up, what up, what up, what up? Y'all, I'm coming late for this Greenleaf review. I went out yesterday, got tore up from the walls down, and I'm still recovering. I'm about to go to a pool party in a second, but I got to get this episode out, because y'all know I like Greenleaf, and I told you about how I've been around that. I grew up in that. But this episode is called One Train May Hide Another. But this episode really should have been called They Call Me Mac. Because every scene was on Mr. Mac. We all knew that Mac somehow or another molested at least Faith. Okay? But then we know there's another girl that he done molested. But it starts off with Mac. When Mac in the bed sleeping, getting up, a little young girl laying on the side of him, he goes and gets dressed. She comes down there in her little nightie or whatever, and I'm like, I was thinking it might have been Gigi's daughter, but he was dreaming. I say, oh yeah, that man is sick. I mean, because you up until now, I haven't seen him do anything. And it's not like his care. I mean, for us to be able to make that or make him out to be guilty, because we haven't seen that part of him yet. Okay, so this whole episode puts him into all types of perspective, and what I'm getting from it, because number one, it's just not his dealings that he's doing with the kids that Lady Mae knows about. The bishop knows about it, and they sweeping all that underneath the rug. And hold on for a second. You know what? I was in my flow on what I was actually going to say, and then my phone was ringing. No, I mean, I'm here doing my video. It ain't nothing but a telemarketer talking about life insurance. Bitch, get off my line. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So, Mac's hand is dirty all the way around, and so no. I was going to say there's one scene that Mac wasn't a part of, but Mac was in every part of everything. Okay, y'all remember last week, Charity went to hire the guy to be the choir director or the minister of the choir, and but he said he was gay. Well, Mac said, but this is the deal. Oh, dude. Now that I sit there and seen this episode, oh, dude has been taking a couple places to court and be suing people. So I'm like, so Mac is like, well, we ain't even trying to go that route. I mean, she said, why? And she said, I mean, ever since Jacob, you just want all the anyway, he said, nah, you can hire him, but it's going to be a 1099, so we're going to fire him when we want to. And so she was like, So she bucked against him, but she didn't buck against him, bucked against him. And then she gonna just storm out or whatever. But she took it to an old dude, and old dude said he was down for that. So that was one thing. Next, what you doing here? Mac's father is up there, and he an alcoholic junkie or gambler well, I don't know what he does. Okay, but he came up in there looking for some money. Now, Lady Mae don't even want him on the grounds. They already have his picture up, so where he's not even supposed to be let in. So somebody's slipping, and he jumped on Noah for that. And Noah is looking at him like, cause Grace and then told him what was going on. So he's looking at him sideways, and so Mac was like, "Do we have a problem?" And he said, "No, what you talking about?" He said, "Because, I know you and Gigi close, and I mean, if you believe in what she's saying, you got to get all sides of the story, because she is really, really off base. She wasn't even here. She don't know what's going on. So how can she be?" So he was basically letting him know that, and Noah was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." What you talking about, nigga? So he leads up out of there. So the people are auditing the church, and they needed the last 3 years of their nonprofit because they wanted to make sure that they're running their nonprofit the way it's supposed to be ran and go through the books. Well, if y'all been to a church, and if y'all been to a big church, you had that first offering, and when he gets finished going, yeah, and once he gets finished doing that, and he does, before he does, no, he'll do altar call, but then they're gonna do that love offering. How many people's gonna give 100? Please stand. How many people's gonna give 50? Please stand. How many people gonna give 20? Please stand. And how many people just gonna give something that they can give? Okay, I always jet out of the church in the back before the second offering, because those love offerings have gotten the church in trouble. Because now she wants to make sure that if he got that it was going to be, it got to be taxable income. So is he claiming that money of that love offering? You just can't sit there and have that as not accounted for. So now with them having to show Lady May and the bishop's finances, tax returns, and is going to sit there and expose a whole bunch of shit, y'all. I don't know how Mac is going to handle this, but when the bishop pulled him, he said, the bishop came. Oh, of course. Okay, Mac got the Man of the Year award, y'all. And he was doing a news conference for the Man of the Year, and the bishop come out, and I said, I'm thinking the bishop's getting pissed because he's trying to. Mac is in the spotlight, and he wants the attention to be on him, because everybody's hungry for attention, for real, in those churches, for real. But that's what I thought. But because when the lady asked for the bishop and Lady May's tax returns for the last 3 years, he said he would get that for him. Well, he hadn't told the bishop yet, and the lady said, she said, I'll take care of that. So Mac doesn't know after he did his little interview or whatever, and there's this little girl, and I'm gonna get back to her because I'm gonna tune in on his sickness and all that stuff that he having going on, but I'm gonna get the point, all the little points where it was crazy with him. Okay, so the bishop tells him to come on. Now he said, well, what'd she say? He said, don't you say a word till we get in my office. So we get in there. He said, nigga, you said you had it handled. How you had said you got it handled? You messing up on everything. He said, it's bad enough what you got. So he insinuated that's how I know the bishop knows that he probably did that. Talking about you dating these girls. These girls are all underage or whatever. I forget how he said it. What, the bishop is hot, because what he gonna say to me, he said, if you just spend more time on what you're supposed to instead of going through the city and trying to find people to be saved. And he's talking about the females. That's how he pulls them in. These people and these young people in the church, he pulls them in. But not only does the bishop and them now have to give that woman their personal tax returns, not the churches, their personal tax returns, plus anything in their house that was a gift. You have to explain where it came from, who gave it to them, what was it for, what was the purpose. You got, basically, this is going to dissect their personal life, and they're doing some illegal stuff. And that's what he was sitting there telling them. But he told them, I'm giving you 24 hours to get it right, or I'm telling, Lady May, okay, his wife. So, I skipped some different parts or whatever, but I got to go back to where Jacob was in the scene. Was in the scene with him, and Jacob was trying to get the bishop to go on TV. Now the bishop doesn't, evidently from what I picked up from it, he doesn't want to be, even though he's the mega church. He don't want the cameras to be there. He wants, that takes away and puts things too much in the open. And that's not what he wants about. He likes to just lie in his pocket, stay low, and have the three different churches that they have, because they got sister churches as well. And he goes I mean, I'm preaching there, but that's what he wants to do. So Jacob is trying to convince him, because he didn't sit Jacob down. He's not playing. The bishop is not going to let Jacob back in. Because evidently Jacob has done this before. All his secretaries, Jacob ends up wanting to sleep with them. So, he didn't burn that bridge. It's not like it was just that one-time thing. I think Jacob has done it before. So, Jacob sitting there and said, well, he said, wait a minute. Why? And Mac told him, he said, man, I'm not going to present this to him. You can try it, because he's not going to do it. It'll be a waste of time. He said, why? He said, shoot, he listened to you, insinuating all the rumors about him and the dumb shit that he done done, because he said, what I did by messing with Alexa ain't nothing compared to the things that you done. Okay? But later on in the episode, Clarissa kind of pulled him back together and said, got pulled on his coattails and was like, you need to call your Uncle Mac and apologize for how you came at him, for real, because that's going to be really your only way that you're going to be able to get in there. And so when he does call Mac has been through the ringer, through the bishop, the audit lady. I'm gonna get to the two good parts. So this is gonna be a real short video. So when Jacob finally called him at the end and apologized, he was like, cool. And he said, all right. He said, and you go ahead and just, shoot. Just put it on your father's desk. And if I need to have a little pushing, push him in your direction, I will. And he was like, cool. So they was chit chatting. So,
it's ready.
Okay. Now, earlier in the episode, I told you I'm kind of going out of order. I got to remember everything, because it was a good episode, and it really put everything Mac is doing front line and center. I really don't like the fact that these Oprah shows or Tyler Perry shows only go 10 or 12 episodes, y'all. This season is almost over. Episode 8 is next week. And if it's 10, this is first year, probably just be 10. I don't know, but I'm just sitting there saying it's good. But Lady Mae found out that her dad was there. And she said, look, I'm telling Mac, you need to, because that Mac is Lady Mae's brother. Okay. And so she was saying, I don't want to see that man. I don't want to see that man. He should not even get across the grounds. I don't know how he's doing it, but I don't want to see him, because the next time I see him, I'm going to send him to jail. Well, you know what? Towards the end of what's the name, we hear all this commotion. Pops then got fucked up, bleeding. He talking and raving, talking about, I need some money. I need some money, because these people are going to kill him. And he was like, and she said, don't you give him no money. And she was standing way back. He said, he called him. Hold on. No, yo, now, you know what? I had to check out the facts real quick. So anyway, let me finish telling you. What's going on here? He said, your daughter doesn't know. It was telling the father, Max standing right there in his tuxedo for his gala or his little ceremony that he's going to be going to, where he's being honored the man of the year. So he coming up there. He's like, well, what's going? He said, y'all, did y'all put y'all's hands on my father? He said, no. It's how he came here. And so and Noah said, your sister don't. Your daughter does. No, he said, your sister doesn't want him here. Talking to Mac. He said, his sister is a high yellow whore. Or a slut. And so what Lady Mae was like, she come around from me. No, she said, don't you give him no money, Mac. Don't you get. And Mac, because he was sitting there not going to leave, Pops wasn't going to leave. I was like, oh, you don't gotta call the police. You don't call the police. Just give me some money. I need whatever you got in your pocket, I'll take it. And so Mac heard and gave it to me. So Lady Mae was pissed off. But Mac showed his real card when he busted up into Grace's office talking about, you don't know what you doing, who you messing with. You get ready to shake some leaves and everybody's gonna be fucked up. And he said, so don't you try me. Don't you try me at all. And she said, well, what are you talking about? He said, what did you tell that woman? Because this was after she talked to Grace, is when she was asking about that love offering. And he thought that she was the one that pointed that out to the lady. And Grace said, I was just talking to her because when her son lost both his legs, over fighting in Iraq, and he lost both his legs, and could you pray for him? And that's what they was talking about. And I was like, this nigga is losing it. He's losing it. But it starts off, there's this little girl that keeps on eyeballing him, okay? Or he's been playing with him. And I'm saying, come on now, Mac. I was thinking, one of them was even Grace's daughter. Because, the dark-skinned little girl who was Jacob and Chris's child. And then there's Grace's daughter. And so that's who I think it is. But you want to know something, y'all? Let me tell you about that. He gonna get her. He gonna come down after he done got his little plaque, and he's all dressed up to a T. And that little girl is sitting. Number one, in his office, he had this book, and I think he had a picture of Faith in it. I really, honestly, and truly do. Because that picture was not belonging in that book on that page. But if I'm wrong, then y'all let me know that I'm wrong. But I thought that might be Faith. But anyway, he sit there. So he basically earlier she was waiting for her ride to come, and then she went on to her ride, and I was like, oh Lord. And then I sit there, and then when he had that little plaque in his hand and he was going to go home for the evening, she's sitting in that same spot. Evidently, she's been sitting there many, many, many nights. I don't know if she's having problems at home, but she's been sitting there many, many, many nights. And Mac is like, well, I'll take you home. I knew good and goddamn well he was not going to take her home. I knew it. I knew it was not going to happen. It wasn't going to even be possible. They ain't even going to do it in the car. And next thing you know what? They're going into his house. And he's like, you want something to drink? She said, what you got? He said, I got soda. You want Mountain Dew or Coke or whatever? It was two different types, Sprite or whatever. But he said, but I'm going to have me some whiskey. So he poured him a glass and they gave her Coke. And he was sitting there saying, he said, I thought about killing myself when I was younger. She said, for real? Because she said that. She said it first. And he said, so he was saying something to relate. She said, well, why was you feeling that way? And then she started trying to move her hand. I'm like, come on, bitch. See, that's the thing. These little young girls, they're fast. I don't know. Because first of all, Mac ain't that bad looking, for real. He's not. I could probably sit there and deal with it, but you can't rape the willing, you know what I'm saying? So, you can't rape the willing. But I can see where a young girl could sit there and have a crush on him. And they would go, do that. Now, that doesn't make it right for him to take advantage of that because he is a grown-ass man. And you got this girl up in there, and then you go, somebody call him and ask me, he's talking business, and he going to hand her his glass for her to go over there and fix another drink. And then she gonna come over, and I already know when she sat back down, I'm saying he's too young, he's too old for her. But now I at least know that it's not, because you when it comes to sexual charges, like rape or incest or anything like that, you got to make sure that before you label a person like that you got the facts. And I was going to be on Mac's side because I told y'all I think he's a jive like a little cute to me. I don't know about y'all, but he's clean cut and he's smart and he gets what he needs to get done. So he ain't no sucker. He ain't no sucker at all. So, but now I can tell from all his actions right now, he need to cut it out. And with there only being 2 more episodes left, well, no, it's going to be 8, 9, 10, 3. Because I don't think it's going to be no 12 episodes. I don't. And I don't know. I mean, I would like for it to be more than 12. I would. Because this show is good. But it's getting down to the nitty-gritty. It took us till episode 7 to really find out that what Mac... Well, we know he did. I mean, I know... But every scene, y'all, today... Or, I mean, on Wednesday... was Mac was part of every scene, period. All of them, all the different phases. He was the father, being in there with the bishop, being in there with the bishop and Lady May, and then Lady May. But Lady May came up there, she was, she just ain't feeling her father. And I didn't even know. I don't even think I think she might be Mac's, he might be Mac's father. But I think Lady May has a different father. I think her mama's just a whore. I do. That's what I believe. But anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think. Please, I didn't ask this before. I'm going to ask it again. Please, please, please like me. Please, please, please subscribe to me. I mean, that's all I can ask. Okay, so peace out. And y'all have a good weekend. I'm about to go jump in this pool.